If ever you've had a Negroni and been overwhelmed by either the bitterness or the level of alcohol in the drink, then this drink might be perfect for you. It has a similar flavour profile in a way, but it's more sweet and sour style, and it also contains grapes, which I think are massively underutilised in cocktails. This drink is an absolute winner, and it's one that you need to try, and it's called an ENZONI. Welcome to Essential Cocktails. Okay, so when it comes to the flavour profile of the ENZONI, we're looking at something quite unique, which is a hybrid of two drinks. First of all being a Negroni, and the second being a gin sour. Both of these bridge together with the use of green grapes, which are a really underutilised ingredient in cocktails, which I think need to be used more because they're sweet, acidic, tangy, delicious, really refreshing, and really powerful in cocktails. So first of all, we're going to start with our grapes. We're going to go with gin, which is common to both those drinks. Also Campari, which obviously you'll find in a Negroni, which is a bittersweet aperitif. It has lots of kind of rhubarb, grapefruit, citrus flavors in there, very delicious. And then for our sweet and sour elements, we're going with lemon juice and sugar syrup. And then finally, I like to add a little bit of saline solution made with 1 part salt, 5 parts water. And this is a bit of a seasoning in the drink, and it does two things primarily. Number one, it reduces our perception of bitterness in the drink. Obviously Campari has an inherent level of bitterness, which you want to kind of bring down our perception of in the drink, because we don't want it to be overly bitter. We want it to be a nice balanced drink. And then number two, it just bridges all these big flavors together, creating something which is really harmonious and just a really delicious drink in the end. So if you want to learn more about seasonings and how I use them and approach them, you can click on this video from earlier in the course. And what I'm going to be doing here is shaking the drink. One, because it has our muddled grapes, but also number two, because it contains citrus. So into our shaker tin, we're going to go with our grapes. And I like to go quite heavy-handed on this. I think grape is a really good ingredient in cocktails. So I've got 6 in there, and I just want to muddle this together with 10 mils of 2:1 sugar syrup. And I'm going with Mon in here. So you do want to use a white sugar in here really. Just works really nicely with the grapes. And a brown sugar is going to be a little bit jarring compared to all the other really fresh ingredients in the drink. So 6 grapes, depending on the size, 10 mils of sugar syrup. Just give them a crush together. The grapes will kind of pop. Can be a little bit messy, but that's the way it goes. And that's just going to release all the really nice grape juice into our sugar syrup. And that's going to be the basis of our drink. Now we've got our sweetened grape juice, we can start by adding the rest of our ingredients. So first of all, we're going to go 30 mils of Beefeater gin, or whatever gin you have. You do want to go with something with plenty of juniper body and juniper kind of flavour coming through, because then it's going to really cut through in the final drink, and it'll be obviously a gin drink, which we want. And then we're going to go 30 mils, so the same amount of Campari. And this seems like a lot, but actually because we've got the sweetness, the sourness, and also the bitterness from the Campari, just ends up being a really nicely balanced drink without overpowering too much. And then we've already got our sweetener. We just want our acidity in there, which is going to be 20 mils of freshly squeezed lemon juice. And this is going to provide that zip and zing to complement the grapes. And then finally, 0.5 grams of our saline solution, just to bridge the whole drink together really nicely. Going to shake the drink over ice to chill it, mix it and dilute it. We're going to fine strain that over lots of ice in a chilled glass. And it's got this really nice pink hue from the Campari and the other ingredients. And then we'll finish it off with 3 grapes, just skewered onto the drink to provide a little bit of contrasting colour, that pop of flavour from the grapes. And that is a sweet, acidic, bitter, refreshing, joyous drink called an ENZONI. There we go. Enjoy that one. Give that a try, and cheers.